Hello, good morning, dear students. Students, that I just want to tell you that some students, what they are doing, they are asking their friends that what teachers has given the homework yesterday or the day before yesterday. Because what happened, sometimes you are not able to do the homework on that same day. So what you have to do is that if you are not able to do the homework on that day when teacher is giving the homework, you just download that file, okay, that PDF file, whatever the teachers are giving the pictures or anything, you just download it and save it in your mobile phone. Whenever it is possible for you to do the given work, that time you will easily get that work without asking anyone. I hope you are understanding what I'm saying. Okay, that I'm just saying that if it is not possible for you to do the homework on the same day, sometime, not always, sometime, if it is not possible, so just download that file and keep it in your mobile, save it in your mobile phone or the laptop, whatever you are using to attend the session. You just save it over there, and whenever you just get the time, means on that day, if it is not possible, you just open it and do it yourself. There is no need to ask to anyone. So here we have started that exercise 1.3 from the lesson number integers, and we have in the previous session we have solved the question number 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and in the last session I told you to do the last question of the question number 5 H1. I hope you have do it yourself. Okay, now let's start to solve the question number 6. Question number 6 is a certain freezing process requires that room temperature be lowered from 40 degrees Celsius at the rate of 5 degrees Celsius every hour. What will be the room temperature of 10 hours after process begin? So here they are saying that there is a freezing process is there. Okay, so where they need the room temperature exactly 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, the room temperature of that process is 40, means that process it start with the 40 degrees Celsius, and that same temperature decrease, what they are saying, lowered from, means every 1 hour that this temperature is lowered by 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, 5 degrees Celsius. So what they are saying now, what will be the room temperature of 10 hours after the process begins? Now they are saying if this temperature is lowered by 5 degrees Celsius by every hour, so what will be the temperature of that process after 10 hours? After 10 hours. So here again I'm just explaining you this question, what they are saying. अगर किसी भी अगर फ्रीजिंग प्रोसेस की जो रिक्वायर्ड है, वो रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है, उसका रूम टेम्परेचर क्या होना चाहिए कि 40 डिग्री सेल्सियस होना चाहिए. ओके, अगर हमारी प्रोसेस चालू होती है 40 डिग्री से, ओके, तो वो 40 डिग्री सेल्सियस हर 1 घंटे में 5 डिग्री से कम होता जाता है, कम होता जाता है. अगर हम 10 आवर के बाद ले लें, दैट व्हाट विल बी द temperature of that process if that is decreasing by 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, that we have to find it out. So here our given is present means current room temperature. When the process start, what will be the temperature of that process? That is a 40 degrees Celsius. So present room temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. And here one more important thing I want to tell you, that we are solving this example for this lesson, that is integers. When we are decreasing, lowering, that time whatever the number is we are taking, okay, that is always negative, always negative. So the temperature is lowering by the 5 degrees Celsius. So we have to take minus 5 degrees Celsius. Why minus 5 degree? Because it is decreasing. Decreasing मतलब कम हो रहा है. हमने नंबर लाइन पे पढ़ा है कि अगर नंबर लाइन वैल्यू कम होती जाती है तो हम नेगेटिव की तरफ जाते हैं. Okay, so that's why we have to take here minus 5 degrees Celsius. So decreasing the room temperature every hour means after 1 hour. Okay, that is minus 5 degrees Celsius. minus 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, now we have to find out the room temperature after 10 hours. Okay, so room temperature after 10 hours. It is very easy. Okay, if the temperature is lowering or decreasing by 5 degrees Celsius in every hour, after 1 hour it is decreasing by 5 degrees Celsius, minus 5 degrees Celsius. So what we have to multiply that 10 with the minus 5, so we will get that time, we will get that temperature. Okay, so here 40 degree we have to write, because what we have to do is whatever the answer will come from that we have to add into this. Okay, so we will get the answer. So 40 degrees Celsius plus 10 multiply by, why multiply, क्योंकि अगर 1 घंटे में 5 डिग्री से कम हो रहा है, 5 डिग्री से कम हो रहा है, तो ऐसे 10 घंटे में कितना कम होगा, तो हमें क्या करना है, 10 we have to multiply with the minus 5 degree. So here will come minus 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, so 40 multiply by 40 degrees Celsius plus 10 multiply by minus 5. Okay, 10 is positive integer, minus 5 is negative integer. The product of both the integer will come negative. Okay, so 10 multiplied by 5 is equal to 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, so there is no space, so I am writing over here. So here what we have to do, we have to add the one positive and one negative integer is there, one positive and one negative integer is there, so we have to change the sign. So here will come minus 50 degree Celsius. Okay, so 40 minus 50 is equal to 10, and we have to give the sign of the bigger number, so we'll get the answer, that is minus 10 degrees Celsius. So our answer is, okay, there is no space, so I am writing the last statement over here. Okay, otherwise I'll rub the question here. Thus the room temperature after 10 hours is minus 10 degree Celsius after the process begin, I hope you have understood, okay, what I have did over here, okay, and how I understood the question and what this question is saying. Okay, so let's solve the question number 7 over here. See student, my blackboard is very small, okay, so don't get confused where I have written what. Okay, so the question number 7 is also bigger, so what I will do, I will, in question number 7 3 sub questions are there, so I will write the main information and then question 1 and then their answer, then I will rub it and then I will write the question number 2 of that question number 7. So here question number 7, in question number 7, as I said, 3 sub questions are there. So let's see the what is the information of question number 7. In a class test containing 10 questions, okay, 10 questions are there and 5 marks are awarded. Awarded means giving. Okay, so 5 marks they are giving for every correct answer. If your one answer is correct, so you will get 5 marks. Okay, so for one correct answer will get 5 marks. Okay, and minus 2 marks are awarded for every incorrect answer. If the answer is wrong, so that minus 2 will subtract from your the scores, means from the scores that this is the negative marking, we can say negative marking. इसमें क्या होता है, what they have done, if your answer is correct, okay, and you have attempt the next question is if you have attempt and that is wrong, so that minus 2, if suppose for your understanding, if my one answer is correct and one, okay, first one my answer is correct, so I'll get 5 marks for this. Okay, and the second one is one question which I have attempt that is wrong, okay, this is correct, so minus 2, so this minus 2 will minus from my correct answer and my score will 2. Okay, understanding, this is called the negative markings. Okay, so here what they are saying, for the 10 total questions are there, out of 10 each question if your answer is correct, so you will get 5 marks. If your answer is wrong, so you will get minus 2, means that minus 2 will subtract from your total score. Okay, so and if you are not attempting any question, means 0 0 marks you will get. Okay, so here the first question is, Mohan get 4 correct and 6 incorrect answer, what his score? Okay, what is his score? So here Mohan is the boy where he has attempted the 10 questions where his 4 out of 10 4 answers are correct and 6 are incorrect. So first what we have to do is we have to find out the total score of 4 correct answer. Okay, and for each correct answer the marks are 5. So here what we have to write is marks get Mohan get marks for 4 correct answer. 4 correct answer. Okay, so for 1 correct answer how many marks will get? 5. So here how many correct answers are there? 4. So 4 multiplied by 5 is equal to 20. Okay, so this is the total score of 4 correct answer. 4 correct answer. Now we have to find out Mohan get marks for 6 incorrect answer. So first what we have to do is we have to find out the total of 6 incorrect answers. So for 1 incorrect answer what is the marks for that? That is -2. So 6 multiplied by -2 is equal to 6 2s are 12. Okay, and here one positive one negative integer is there, so product will come negative integer. So this is the score of correct and incorrect answer. Now what we have to find out the total score. Total score, as I just shown over here what is the negative marking. So to find out the total marks of Mohan, what we have to do is this negative marks we have to subtract from the 20, so we'll get the total marks. Okay, so here, okay, I just told you directly subtraction. No, before that what we have to do is that I will tell you. So therefore total scores of Mohan. So here you get 4 multiplied by 5. Here also I have done here. I will write in equation form. Okay, so 6 multiplied by -2. Okay, so 20 plus -12. Okay, so here plus and minus become -12 and 20. So 12 minus 20 is 8. So 8 is, so thus Mohan gets 8 marks in class test. I hope you have understood and what this question is saying. Okay, अगर तुमने कितने भी करेक्ट किए आंसर आपके सही हो, अगर आपके आंसर इनकरेक्ट है, वो इनकरेक्ट के टोटल आपके जो आंसर करेक्ट आए हैं उसके टोटल में से माइनस होगी एंड दैट विल बी योर the total score. In competitive exam maybe you have heard that the negative markings are there for this exam. Negative markings are there, that's why some people, they never, means if they are not sure about the answer, so they always leave that question because they don't want to lose the answer, they don't want to lose their marks. Okay, so let's solve the second question and then we will understood it better what kind of process we are doing over here, what steps, what rules we are following over here. Now second question is the same like the previous one. Here also we have to find out the total score of the Reshma. Here they are saying Reshma gets 5 correct answer and 5 incorrect answer. So what we have to do here, first we have to find out the total of the correct answer. Okay, and then we will find out the total of incorrect answer and then we will find out the exact total score of the Reshma. So here first Reshma get 5 correct answer. Reshma get marks. Okay, here marks for 5 correct answer. Okay, so for 1 correct answer how many marks are there? 5. So how many she means how many marks she got for the 5, that we have to find out. So 5 multiplied by 5 is equal to 25. Okay, so 25 is the score for the 5 correct answer. Okay, so here again the Reshma get marks for 5 incorrect answer. Incorrect answer. So for one incorrect answer minus 2 is there. So for 5 incorrect answer here 5 2s are 10. Okay, and minus sign we have to give, because one negative one positive integer, the product is always negative integer. Okay, now let's put them in an equation form, so we'll get the answer. Okay, so here therefore the total scores of Reshma, what we have to do, we have to do the addition. Okay, so here you can put this in this form also, 5 multiplied by 5 plus 5 multiplied by minus 2. Okay, so here will come distributive. This is where here we are, when you are putting this all the numbers in this form, and this is the form of distributive property. Okay, so here 5 plus 5 multiplied by 5 25 plus 5 2s are 10 minus 10 is there. So here plus and minus sign is there, so plus and minus sign become minus 10 and 25, and here the total score of the Reshma is 15. So therefore Reshma gets 15 marks in class test. Now let's solve the third example of this question. Okay, that's the third question is Hina gets 2 correct and 5 incorrect answer. Okay, so how many question in test, how many questions are there? 10 total questions are there. Out of 10 she attempted only 7 questions and 3 she did not attempt. It means for that 3 question she scored 0 marks. Okay, so we'll not consider that one because the value is 0. So here Hina gets marks for 2 correct answer. So for one correct answer, how many marks are there? 5. Okay, so 2 multiplied by 5 and here we'll get 10. Okay, so 10 is the score for the 2 correct answer. So Hina get marks for 5 incorrect answer. So the total score, if we'll say the total score of Hina, that is 10. Okay, 10 for the 2 correct answer. 3 she did not, means she did not attempt the 3 questions, and only 5 are remaining, and 5 those are incorrect answer. So 5 for one incorrect answer minus 2 is there. So for 5 multiplied by minus 2 is equal to minus 10. So here we got minus 10. Now what we have to do? Now we have to find out her the total score. So here therefore total score of Hina. Okay, so let's put them in the form of the equation. 2 multiplied by 5 plus 5 multiplied by minus 2. Okay, 2 by 5 10 plus minus 10. Again here positive and negative sign is there, means 10 minus 10 is equal to 0. So her total score is 0, means she got 10 marks for the 2 correct answer. As I told you before, what is the negative markings? That whatever you scored from the correct answer, if you attempt the questions and the answer of this question is wrong, so what they will do, they just subtract that number of marks from the टोटल ऑफ योर करेक्ट मार्क्स. मीन्स हियर मैं यहाँ पे ये कह रही हूँ कि आपका जो भी नेगेटिव आपने अगर अटेम्प्ट भी किया है, उसका आंसर अगर रॉन्ग होगा, जो भी उसके मार्क्स दिए गए हैं फॉर इनकरेक्ट आंसर, दैट मार्क्स विल सब्ट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम योर करेक्ट आंसर स्कोर. ओके, एंड दैट विल बी योर टोटल स्कोर. Okay, so here we have solved the 3 questions from the question number 7. Now let's solve the question number 8. Now here question number 8 is there. In question number 8 also two sub questions are there. Okay, so this is the information, and they are saying a cement company earns a profit rupees 8 per bag of white cement sold and a loss of rupees 5 per bag of grey cement. So this is the information. So they get the profit if they are selling white cement bag, one white cement. After selling that one white cement bag, they are getting profit rupees 8. So after selling one packet or one bag of white cement, they get the profit rupees 8 rupees they get. So but when they sell the grey cement bag, but they get the loss of 5 rupees per bag. पर बैग मीन्स एक बैग बेचने के बाद उनका कितने रुपए का नुकसान होता है, 5 रुपीज का. सो हियर द क्वेश्चन इज द कंपनी सेल्स 3000 bags of white cement and 5000 bags of grey cement in a month. So in a 1 month they sold that 3000 bags and 3000 bags of white cement and 5000 bags of grey cement. So we have to find out whether they get the profit or loss, and if they are getting profit or loss, so how much, that also we have to find it out. Okay, so here what we are doing, just find out if they are getting the profit for one bag rupees 8. So what will be the profit of white cement bag for the 3000 bag, that we have to find it out first. So here profit, I hope you are able to see what I am writing on the blackboard. Profit on selling 3000 bags, okay, bags of white cement, okay. So what we have to multiply this 3000 with the 8 and we'll get here, how many zeros are there, 3 zeros, right, 3 zeros as it is, and 8 threes are 24. So here they got the profit in that month after selling the 3000 white bag, that is 24,000. So this is the profit for the white cement bag. Now they have said that they are getting the loss for the one grey cement bag, but how many bags they have sold, 5000. So we have to find out the loss for the 5000 bags of grey cement. So here loss on selling 5000 bags of grey cement. Now one more important thing that I want to remind you, that students, here we are solving this question for the integers. Okay, when we are doing profit means what, increasing, the amount is increasing. So whenever we are doing the integer in increasing form, we always consider as the positive. So we'll consider here 8 as a positive. Okay, and here loss is there means the value is decreasing, kam amount hoti ja rahe. So here we'll take -5. So here also whenever you are just multiplying the this 5000 with the 5, so you have to take here as a -5 because here they are getting loss. So that's why 5000, we have to find out the loss for the 5000 grey cement bag. 5000 multiplied by -5. Okay, so here 0 0 0 and 5 5s are 25, and one positive and one negative integer is there, so we'll get that loss is -25,000. So here we got the profit and loss, and from this two amount we get to know that loss is more than the profit. Okay, so how much the amount, the difference between the loss and profit, that we have to find out. So from this two statement we got that since profit is less than loss, or we can say loss is greater than the profit. Okay, so here students, here there is no space, so I am going to rub this question. Okay, so now we have to find out the difference between this profit and loss. Okay, अगर loss होता भी है तो वो कितने का हुआ, that we have to find out. So total loss, therefore total loss on selling the gray cement bags is equal to loss minus profit. Because here they got the loss more, that's why we have to, because amount of loss is more than the profit, that's why we have to subtract the profit amount from the loss. So 25,000 minus 24,000. Okay, so here we got the answer, and this minus 25, because while loss is there and we are doing the integers, when the loss means the amount, when it is decreasing, you have to write it into the negative form. So here 24,000 minus 25 is equal to 1,000, and minus sign you have to give. So here thus loss minus 1,000 means rupees 1,000, you can write 1,000 on selling, because here minus, there is no need to write here minus, because we have writing in the word that is loss, so we'll get to know that that is a minus 1,000. So here selling the gray cement bag. Okay, I hope you have understood this question. Okay, let's solve the B question from the question number 8. Now question number B is, what is the number of white cement bags it must sell to have neither profit nor loss if the number of grey bags sold is 6,400 bags? Okay, they are saying if we sell the 6,400 bags of gray cement bags, okay, and we know that if they are selling the gray cement bags, so they definitely will get the loss. Okay, if they don't want that, they don't want the profit and loss also, neither profit nor loss. So what will be the number of cement bag of white cement will be there to not have the neither profit और नॉर लॉस? दे आर सेइंग, वो कह रहे हैं अगर हम ग्रे बैग्स 6,400 बेचते हैं और हमें ये बेचने के बाद ना हमें प्रॉफिट होना चाहिए ना लॉस भी होना चाहिए, तो हमारा जो वाइट सीमेंट का बैग जो है वो कितने नंबर में, कितने हम ऐसे बेचेंगे कि हमारा प्रॉफिट भी ना हो और लॉस भी ना हो? लॉस कवर करने के लिए हमें ऐसे कितने बैग्स बेचने चाहिए, दैट दे आर सेइंग. ओके, सो हियर लेट्स द number, because we don't know now how many number of white cement bags we have to sell. So here let's consider the number of white cement bags is equal to, if we will consider here n. Okay, so n is the number of the white cement bag. We don't know this value of this one, that we have to find it out. Okay, so according to the question, what they are saying, according to the question, they are saying loss is equal to profit, means here they don't want loss and profit also. The amount of both the loss and profit should be equal. Okay, so here what we have to do is, now we know that if they are selling one bag of grey cement bag, how much amount they will get loss? That is the 5 rupees per bag, 5 rupees per bag. And how many bags they are selling? That is 6,400. So what we have to do? Therefore 5 multiplied by 6,400, okay, 6,400 is equal to, and for the per bag of white cement how much profit they will get? That is 8 rupees. But here we don't know that how much bags they are going to sell, so here we multiply that 8 with the 9, because here we have considered that the number of bag is n. Okay, so here what we will do, we will change their places. Okay, we will change their places. Now here 5 multiplied by 6,400, so here will come 30,000. Okay, 30,000 n multiplied by 8. Okay, and one more thing that I want to tell you, that this is a minus. Okay, we have considered, because this minus 5 indicate the loss amount, so the answer will come in minus form. Okay, now what we have to do is, we have to change the place of this 32. Okay, 32,000. So here n will come here as it is. Okay, now multiplication is there, so again we have to change the place of 8 also. Remember students, when you are changing the position of negative numbers, it will always be a positive. ओके मैं यहाँ पे कह रही हूँ, जब आप नेगेटिव नंबर्स की पोजीशन चेंज करते हो तो वो हमेशा पॉजिटिव कहलाता है. अगर पॉजिटिव नंबर की प्लेस चेंज करते हो तो नेगेटिव हो जाता है. अगर आप मल्टीप्लाई करते हो और मल्टीप्लाई करने के वक्त जब उनकी प्लेस चेंज करते हैं तो डिवीजन में चला जाता है. अगर डिवीजन करते वक्त उसकी प्लेस चेंज कर दे तो उसका मल्टीप्लिकेशन होता है. दिस इज द रूल इन मैथमेटिक्स. ओके, आई होप यू आर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. सो हियर we'll change the place of, so this left hand side number integer will go to the right hand side and this minus will become plus. So we will write here, I will write here 32,000. okay, and here I am going to change the place of the 8. Here we are doing multiplication. If I'll change this place, so it will go in division form. Okay, so here the 8 ones are 8 and 8 fours are 32 and 0 0 as it is. So we'll get the n is equal to 4,000, and what we have considered n as white cement bag. So how many bags they have to sell? 4,000 white bags they have to sell to have the neither profit or nor loss. मतलब उनको 4,000 वाइट सीमेंट के बैग बेचने पड़ेंगे ताकि उनका प्रॉफिट भी ना हो और लॉस भी ना हो. आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड दिस. क्वेश्चन नंबर 8 A and B we have solved. Students, what you can do is, as per your convenience, you can pause the video and you can write it down in your notebook, that you can do it. One thing you can do it, attempt whole session and after that again attempt it and then do it. If your understanding is more better, so in one time if you have understood, you can do it yourself. There is no problem. As per your convenience, you just attempt the session and just what I want to say is that understanding is very important. Understand it. Whenever, see, this lesson is very big. Big lesson is there. New concepts we have, it means we have learned in this lesson. The questions are very big. Means the exercises are very big. So it is very difficult. Students, when you see the example, oh, this is a very big example, how we can solve? No, it is not like that. What you have to do is you have to understood the question, what they are saying, what is the demand of that question, and according to that you have to solve. Integers, what is the important in integers? The basic concept of integer, the properties and the rule of the sign. These three things are very very important when you are solving the problems on integers. Okay, now let's solve the last question of this exercise, and then we will start to learn the last operation of this lesson. So student, here question number 9 is there, and this is the last question of this exercise. It is very easy. Whatever we have learned about the multiplication, that things we have to use over here. Okay, so replace the blank with an integer to make it the true statement. So here you can see some blank spaces are there, so we have to put there a correct integer. Here whatever the answer we get, according to that we have to place the integer. Okay, so first A is -3 multiplied by blank, means dash is there and is equal to 27. Which number if I multiply over here, okay, with the 3, so I will get 27. Okay, that I have to write. And here 27, and before 27 there is no sign. It means that is a 27 positive integer is there. So when we get positive integer, when both the integers are positive, but here one integer is negative, it means to get the positive integer, both integers should be negative. Means whatever the integer will come over here, that will be the negative integer. Now which number you will multiply with the 3, so you will get 27. So you just think about it. Okay, you will get the answer. It is very easy. 9 3s are 27. So here will come 9. So this is the correct integer. Okay, so this is the pair of integer where you will get the 27. Okay, so in the B is 5 multiplied by blank is equal to -35. So they are saying which number you will multiply with the 5, so you will get -35. So here you can see the total, means the product is -35 and 5 is here positive. Means whatever the second place of integer is there, that will be negative, because one positive one negative, the product will become negative. So which number I will multiply with the 5? So I will get 35, that is 7 5s are. So here will come 7. Okay. So the answer is -7 is the integer for this statement. Okay. C1. Okay. So here first place is blank, multiplier -8 is equal to -56. Okay. So here we have learned that if the product is -56 means both integers should be negative, and here out of two negative integers one is negative means the first one should be negative integer. Okay. So which number I will multiply with the 8? So I will get 56, that is 7 8s are 56. So here we got the answer 7. Oh sorry, here sorry students, again my mistake. Okay, so here -8 is there. Okay, and here -56 is there, means the product is -56. If I take -7 here, so product will be positive, but we don't want product positive here, and that's why only 7 is there, which is positive. So one positive, one negative become negative. Okay, sorry, I just totally forgot that. So 7 multiplied by -8 is equal to -56. Okay, now D1. Okay, so again on the first place, that is empty, multiply with the -12 and we'll get the 132. So here again -12 is there and product is positive. It means that both integers should be positive. So the first one is positive, negative integer. Okay, negative integer. So which number I will multiply with the 12? So I will get 32. Okay, so 2 is the number when you because if you see here the last digit of this number, that is 2. Which number you will multiply with the 2? You will get 2, that is only 1. So the last place will be 1. But here before that one number is also there. So 12, here 12 ones are, if I multiply with the 1, so 12 ones are 12. Okay, 12 ones are 12 and 30. So here the next integer will be -11. Okay, -11. So here in this way we have solved the question number 9. Student, here we have complete the exercise 1.3. Student, I want to tell you that, I want to say that please, when you are attempting the session, try to understand this, pay your more attention while you are attempting the session. It is very important because you are sitting at your home, I am sitting at my home. Sometimes you just get confused, or maybe you are having lots of doubts how teacher have solved. That time it is very important to pay the attention what teacher is saying and what we are solving on the blackboard. Okay, it is very important. So here we have finished 3 operations. We have finished. We have done how to do this addition, subtraction and multiplication of integer, and we have seen their property. Now only one operation is remaining, that is division. Now we will see how to do the division of the integers and what are the properties for the division. Okay, now student, we are going to start the division of integers. Okay, now here we will see that how to do the division of integers, what things you have to remember when you are dividing the integer. The first thing that we all know, when you are dividing two positive integers, positive means any number. Okay, any number. For example, if I am dividing 12 multiplied by divided by 3. Okay, both are positive integer. Okay, both are the quotient, whatever the value will come, that will be also positive integer. Okay, here मैं ये कह रही हूँ, अगर कोई भी दो पॉजिटिव इंटीजर आप डिवाइड करते हैं तो उसका जो भी आंसर आता है, जो भी क्वोशंट आता है, that is always positive. Okay, so that thing we know that. Okay, so here the most important thing you have to remember, when divide a negative integer by positive integer, divide them as a whole number and then put a sign of minus before the quotient, thus get negative integer. So here they are saying that if you are dividing negative integer with the positive integer, okay, for example, if I take here minus 15, which is negative integer, and if I am dividing this negative integer by the positive integer, now 3 is the positive integer. Okay, now I will divide them as a first positive integer. Okay, whole number, as a whole number. So 3 5s are 15. Okay, so my answer will come 5. But they are saying after dividing them as a whole number, just put the sign of negative. Okay, sign, minus sign we have to put. So here remember one more important thing. Here what you have to do, when you are dividing one positive and one negative integer, remember the quotient is always negative. Okay, quotient is always negative. Let's take another example here. If I divide 32 by the 8. Okay, so 8 fours are 32. Okay, and here minus sign is there, so one integer is a negative, so I will put the sign of that, and here we'll get the negative integer. So remember what you have to remember: one positive integer, one negative integer, the quotient is always negative. Okay, now let's see the second important thing that you have to remember. Now the second important thing that you have to remember, that when divide a positive integer, so the second thing that you have to remember, that is when divide a positive integer by a negative integer, divide as a whole number and then put the minus sign. So in the previous one we have seen where we are dividing the negative integer by positive integer, but here we have to divide positive integer by negative integer. Okay, but here also you have to do the same thing. For example, if I take here, okay, 60 divided by minus 8. So here positive integer we are dividing by minus 8, which is negative. So we have to divide them as a whole number. Sorry, here not 60, 64. Okay, 64. We have to divide them as a whole number. So 8 8s are 64. Our answer will come 8. But after that we have to put the negative sign, because we are dividing one positive and one negative integer, and this is the rule of the integer when you are dividing the integers. Okay, let's take the another example here. If I take 60 multiply by minus 12, okay, minus 10, so I will divide them as a whole number first. Okay, so 12 5s are 60. 5. Okay, and here one negative one positive integer is there, so I will write there, give there minus sign, and will get the means negative integer. So this is the rule. If you are dividing positive by the negative integer, or negative integer dividing by the positive integer, but the product, the whatever the quotient will come, that will be always negative. That you have to, these two things are very important. Now let's see the third thing that you have to remember when you are dividing the integer. So here third point that you have to remember, when divide negative integer by negative integer, divide them as a whole number and put a positive sign. So here you have to remember, when you are dividing two negative integer, the quotient of two negative integer is always positive. Always positive. For example here, okay, if I'll divide minus 18, okay, minus 18 divided by minus 6, okay, both are negative integer. Whatever the quotient will come, that will be my positive integer. So 6 3s are 18, 6 3s are 18, and 18 you have to keep as it is. For positive sign, if you are writing a positive integer, there is no need to give the sign of the plus, because without sign we always know that that is the positive integer. For example, if I take the second example over here, okay, minus 40 divided by minus 5. Okay, both are negative integer, divide them as a whole number. So 5 8s are 40, and here negative, the quotient of the two negative integer is positive, so 8 is the quotient of both the negative integer. So three things you have to remember. Okay, so let's revise what 3 points or one more point we have just when we started to learn the division of integer. That time I told you two positive integers divide, if you are dividing them, so the quotient of two positive integer is always positive. So here remember, when you are dividing the integers, two positive integer, if you are dividing, so the product is always positive. Okay, if you are dividing negative integer by positive integer, so the quotient is always negative. Okay, when you are dividing positive integer by negative integer, that time also the quotient is always negative. Okay, when you are dividing two negative integer, the quotient of two negative integer is always positive. These four things you have to remember when you are dividing the integers. Now student, here we will stop here. In the next session we will see the what properties are valuable for the division of integers. Okay, we will learn the properties of division of integer, then we will see the how to divide the division of the integers by 0 and division of the integers by 1. That we will think that things we will learn in the next session. Now students, I'm just telling you that whenever you are just feeling that you are not able to do the given work on that day when teacher is giving the homework, you just download the file, save it in your gadget, and just whenever you are getting time, so just you can easily open it and you can copy it in your notebook. There is no need to ask to anyone. Okay.